Hi guys, I'm just going to give you some information on how we can model some exponential equations. So this is the M&M challenge. So this is optional, you don't have to do this at all, but in order to do this task you'll need to have some either M&Ms and a whole bag full or some Skittles or something colourful that you can have a go at. And you'll need to use the calculator to model. So the idea of this task is you're going to do an experiment and you're going to need to plot a graph, and you're going to try and explore what a b to the power x is. And you already have information about these kind of graphs, but you've never had to use a calculator to find a model, a suitable graph and a suitable equation. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you'll need your Casio calculators. And on the main menu, if you look at statistics, this is a statistics one, it should open up a table. Now, I've already inputted some data into this table, but pretty much if I was going to use this table here for my M&M challenge, then stage X, 0, 1, etc., would go in list 1. So you just simply enter the numbers in there by pressing execute each time all the way down. And then the second row of my table, which is the total T, that would go in list 2. And so you pretty much just place all the values into list 1 and list 2. And then once you've done that, what you need to do is pick which graph you're going to draw. And because we've got points, we're going to do a scatter graph. So I'm going to press F1, which is graph, and there's an option to set. And I need to make sure it's set as a scatter graph. And this is setting graph 1. There are several graphs. You can see graph 2, graph 3. We only want graph 1. So this is the statistics for graph 1, and I want it to be a scatter graph. If yours is not set at scatter graph, you just scroll down and then pick scatter graph, which is F1. Okay, and I am going to be using list 1 and list 2. This is the default, so your calculator should already have that. But again, if it's not, you just scroll down, change, and it gives you the option to change. Once you're happy that you've set the graph to a scatter graph, you just literally exit out of there and you're back here, and you can now graph. And when I graph, you can see some points. And what I need to do is calculate, well, which model best suits that. And I'm going to pick an exponential model because we can see the shape, and this is an exponential application. So you go to Calc, which is F1, and none of those options there are exponential, so I need to go F6, click along, and there under F3 is EXP, which stands for exponential. Now when I click that, it's going to pick suitable values that match my coordinates. So when I click on that, I've got to pick which kind of base I want. Well, I'm not looking for a base of E. Remember, the base is the number that has a power, an unknown power attached to it. And E is a special base. We haven't looked and learnt about E as a base yet. So we're going to pick F2, which is AB to the power X, so F2. And when we do that, it now gives us numbers for A, numbers for B, and then this thing called R. Now, R is not a variable that we are interested in, but I will tell you that the R squared value, which is here, what the calculator does is it finds the best match, and the closest match is got to be an R squared value that's nearest to 1, and we're not far from 1. 0.97 isn't too bad, it's close to 1. That means it's a fairly good match for my set of coordinates. Obviously, the closer you are to 1, the better the model is, and we're not modelling with any other kind of function here. So that's all you need to know on this optional challenge. So good luck, guys, enjoy, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.